Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios once again with another Digimon card box opening thing. So I'm going to try something new this time. Instead of opening the cards, talking about the cards as I open them, I'm going to do a separate analysis video, either at the same time as this one or the week after. I haven't decided yet as of recording this. But for this video specifically, I'll just be opening the packs and I'll talk about the super rares and the secret rares, but for the most part, just going to open the packs, just going to talk about them. But anyways, I should probably get to what we're opening. We're going to be opening a box of X Record. It's the latest booster pack. Without further ado, let's get into the cards that I got for going to the pre-release. So much like the last pre-release having an Agumon as its pre-release bonus, the winner got a Gabumon. Now, I didn't actually come in first, so I've broken my winning every pre-release I've been to, but the store I got my stuff at, they had two cards, one for first, one for second, because they just had enough to do that. Really cool of them, so it was cool. I got second place, managed to win this little guy. It's the one from BT5 that lets you search your deck for Garurumons and Omnimons, which is going to be super helpful in this booster pack because Metal Garurumon is a very, very powerful card. In addition to buying a box at the pre-release, I got a pre-release booster pack. And I'm hoping for Koromon, as always. I'm hoping for the Agumon line when it comes to my pre-release cards. So I'm hoping for either Koromon, Agumon, Greymon, and I believe Metal Greymon all have pre-release variants. It does not seem like we're getting Koromon, though. Instead, we are getting a Dorumon pre-release stamp, which is very cute. And we're getting Cool Boy, so definitely being pushed into the X Antibody, which is heavily what this is booster pack is about. So the main shtick of this booster pack is pretty much every Digimon in this pack is an X Antibody of some sort and can Digivolve on top of its counterpart. So, for example, Agumon X Antibody can Digivolve on top of Agumon. But this booster box also comes with two box toppers. The first is a alternate art for the eggs, which is just, it's the egg without the background, but we get Tokomon X Antibody. Very cute. Has a nice effect for using security stacks. When you gain a card on your security stack, an opponent's Digimon loses 1000 DP. It's still not as good as Upamon, but I'm sure it'll see play. I have a strategy that I am going to try and use it with. We also get an update pack. Now, for those of you who know me, I keep a Schrodinger collection, and since this is the only box I've gotten my hands on so far, I'm gonna play it safe and not open that, just keep it in my Schrodinger collection. But there are 6 promo cards in that box. So keep that in mind when buying your own box, whether or not you want to use those promo cards or if you just want to look for them elsewhere. And keeping with traditions, like the new ones I've made, we are going to do the bottom 2 booster packs of this box first. Ooh, that one actually opened very nicely for me. So, let's start off with our very first X Record pack. We get Pillowmon, followed by Dark Superstarmon, Raptordramon, Divermon, Leomon X Antibody, Death X Digivolution, Monochromon, Kokuamon X Antibody, Angelamon X Antibody, Dorumon, and for our rares we get Weregarurumon X Antibody. And wow, okay, at the very bottom of our box we have already our alternate art card. So unless we get 2 alternate arts, this will be the only one we get, but it's for Jellymon. That's very cute. She's surrounded by her in-training in baby form. This is one of the new Digimon from Ghost Game, and it is very cute art. So if I had to get a non-Agumon alternate art, I'm very happy that it is something adorable, something I can display in my binder. So that's really nice. It's the Jellymon that when you play a blue tamer, you get to draw one. So it's a helpful effect, and it has a decent inherited. So I'm sure it is I'm sure it'll be a good card once Jellymon's other evolutions are in the card game. Our next bottom pack is Eye of the Gorgon, Pomumon, Loader Leomon, Sangloopmon, another Divermon, Gatomon X. You know what, I'm going to call the X Antibody Digimon by their name and then X just to make it shorter. Startling Thunder, Neferitimon, Diego, Pagumon, and for our rares we're getting Grademon and Metal Storm. So yeah, not bad for the bottom two boosters. One of them being an alt art like that, that's really nice. So definitely, maybe they've overheard me talking. Maybe they've heard me talking smack about the bottom boosters and they've decided to change up how they work. But yeah, that's a great way to start this off. Our next pack has Salamon, X Digivolution, Starmon, Kausgamamon, Tapermon, Leomon X, Matadormon, Tokomon X, Fusionmon, Suijinmon, and for our rares another Metal Storm, and Rise Greymon X. Okay, as a guy who plays red, it's a little discouraging that the only red I've gotten so far is a dual colored, but you know, we'll just hold out. We'll hope. You know, I doubt it'll be like that the whole booster box. However, this is Metal Piranhamon. Oh, there we go, something red. Flare Rock Soul, Kawagamon X, Tapermon, Sangloopmon, Garurumon X, Starmon, Dexdoru Greymon, Motimon, Gabumon X, and for our rares we got War Growlmon X and Dino Tigermon. Next pack we got Grizzlymon, Garurumon X, Elecmon, Atamidakachimon, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Ebidramon, Mako. Hey, we got Agumon X, one step closer. Dexdorugamon. And for our rares, we got Grandis Scissor and Grandis Kawagamon. Well, that's a way to show up with his first super rare and his option card to go with him. So like I said, I'm going to talk about these guys. He does Digivolve for 1 off a Grand Kawagamon. When Digivolving, you can suspend an opponent's Digimon. Then, if this Digimon is attacking, we can switch the target to attack one of our opponent's unsuspended, or no, it is suspended, Digimon. So, you could change the target to a suspended Digimon, but you've suspended a Digimon, so you'll be able to charge right into that. During our turn, it gets 4,000 DP, making it a 16,000 DP attacker. And at the end of our attack, if Grand Kawagamon or X Antibody, the option card, is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, we can suspend one of our opponent's Digimon and unsuspend this one. So he's able to attack twice during our turn, if he Digivolved from the right Digimon or if he Digivolved from a Digimon with the X Antibody option card. The X Antibody option card is the crux of a lot of strategies in this particular booster. It's also a great way to avoid cards, especially blue ones, that get rid of your evolution sources because they can't get rid of that card. Next pack, we get Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon again, Ninjamon, Kongu, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Kausgamamon, Salamon, Growlmon X, Dexdorugamon, Megadramon, Guilmon X, and for our rares we get TK and Izzy. And okay, well, all right, so got our alt art and our secret rare out of the way. This is Alphamon Oryuken mode. So he can Digivolve for 3 off of Alphamon with Oryuken in his, Oryumon in our Digivolution cards. Otherwise, he is 7 to Digivolve off, which is pretty intense. However, it's a great effect. When Digivolving, we delete all of our opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. So completely wipe the board of the most dangerous Digimon your opponent has to offer. In exchange for 7 memory, that's already better than a Gaia Force, and it might even hit 2 targets. So that's something to keep in mind, even if you don't have an Alphamon. At the end of our turn, we can return up to 7 non-Digi-Egg cards with X Antibody and their traits from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of our deck in any order. If we do, we gain 1 memory for each card returned. So you're only going to use this maybe once or twice in a single fight, but still, you could practically pay for the entire Digivolution cost of Alphamon in order to keep him on the board and even bounce it back to your turn. So this is a really good secret rare. I'm very glad I got my hands on it. I managed to get the other secret rare from this booster during the pre-release, so even if I don't get my hands on another box, which I probably will, I usually buy at least 2, I at least have one of each secret rare for my collection. Well, if you came here just to see what my alt-art and secret rare are, you can turn off the video now. We got them very early in the box, but we still have plenty of super rares to look for. So let's keep looking under Gatomon X, Raptordramon, Greymon X. Awesome. Just need a few more of those. Death X Digivolution, Kawagamon X, Metal Piranhamon, Barramon, Dorumon, Pegasmon, Okuamon X. And for our rares, we get Tai and Kari, and another super rare so soon, or Dynamon. So this level 7 beatdown stick can DNA Digivolve off of level 6 purple and yellow Digimon, which is crazy because Mastamon DNA Digivolves off of level 5s because, you know, she's level 6. So if you managed to DNA Digivolve off of, you know, a whole bunch of level 4s into, oh, I'm blanking on his name, Chimeramon, jeez. So you know, 8 champion level Digimon into Chimeramon, 4 Chimeramons into 2 Mastamons, 2 Mastamons into Ordainemon, and you could just have the biggest stack in the history of Digimon so far. Anyways, let's talk about what it actually does. So it does have a when digivolving effect, however it's only a when DNA digivolving. We can delete one of our opponent's Digimon for each, delete one of our opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon and all of their level 5 or lower Digimon. For each Digimon deleted by this effect, recovery 1. And it doesn't have a limit on that, so depending on how big your opponent's board gets, you could gain back a ton of memory. On deletion, we can trash the top card of our security stack to play this card without paying its memory cost. So it would cost one of the copious amounts of recovery we just did, but this Digimon can remain sticky for quite some time. And it's already at 15,000 DP, so even without Inheriteds, it is quite the beatstick. And a very, very major threat. Though this booster pack is mostly about X Antibody, you can tell from the Tamers and from the Meikumon line in here that it is also touching a tiny bit on the Digimon Adventure Tri-movies. Personally, I'm hoping I get at least one copy of Omnimon Merciful Mode in this box, but time will tell. Next we get Piranhamon, Salamon X, Zamilmon, X Digivolution, Startling Thunder, Atamatachimon, Gatomon X, Pegasmon, Panyamon X Antibody, Omnishoutmon X, and for our rares, Metal Greymon, and wow, okay, I mean, I'm happy about the Metal Greymon, but to get another, wow, that is what, 3 in a row now? That's pretty crazy. So we got Baihumon, which actually I got this one in the pre-release in one of my 6 packs, and he saved my bacon. So I actually really like this guy. I'm glad I have 2 now, so I can start working on a deck around him. So when digivolving, he unsuspends up to 2 Digimon and or Tamers. Then we gain a memory for each of our opponent's unsuspended Digimon and Tamers. This fits well. The other 3 Sovereigns all have similar abilities to this, where they gain memory upon the thing that they do. And then, at the end of our turn, for every 2 unsuspended Digimon and or Tamers our opponent has in play, we trash 1 card from the top of our opponent's security stack. Against anyone running a hybrid deck, this can be a huge threat. Against anyone running a wide board, this can be a huge threat. Obviously, its weakness is if your opponent's putting all their eggs in one basket, but you're playing black, so DNA, or not DNA, D-Digivolve and, blockers are pretty much bread and butter for you, so you're not really worried about one enemy. What your real threats are is when the board gets wide. So he's a pretty good deterrent to a wide board. Our next pack is going to give us Ground Fang, Gazimon X, Toy Agumon, Mini Dekachimon, Crabmon, Atama Dekachimon, Kausgamamon, Nefertimon, Diego, Pagumon again, and for our rares we got Alphamon and Grandest Scissor. Well, good. Now we have something to digivolve our secret rare from. We just need the other half of the puzzle, which we have a few of those from the last booster pack. So who knows? Maybe I'll do a Alphamon Baihumon, like fusion deck kind of thing. A little couple Chimeramons in there just to keep the flow going. But in this pack, we'll have Matadormon, another Greymon X, Grizzlymon, Crabmon, Bearmon, Mini Dekachimon, Ground Fang, Dracmon, Nefertimon, Tumblemon, and for our rares we get a Jellymon and Grand Dracmon. That's a very fancy card. I almost mistook it for a super rare. It's very cool art on it. Next pack, we got Gazimon X, Toy Agumon, Matadormon, Garurumon X, Grizzlymon, Piranhamon, Salamon, Okuamon X, Tokomon X, Diego again, and for our rares we get Rise Greymon X and Soul Digitization. Next pack, we got Grizzlymon, Death X Digivolution, Raptordramon, Piranhamon, Salamon X, Maycrackmon Vicious Mode, Kawagamon X, X-Program, Maki. Hey, got my Koromon, so I've got the full Agumon line, save for War Greymon X. And for our rares, we get Grademon. And that's it's like a War Greymon. This is Gaiomon. So Gaiomon is a ultimate or mega level Digimon that can digivolve for 2 off of Black War Greymon. His name is also treated as having a Greymon in his name, and he is an X Antibody Digimon. He has Security Attack +1 and Reboot, although personally I wish the cards would tell you what the effects do. I'm worried that they're doing that to allow for more cards on, an opponent's card. See how it says Digivolve 1, but it doesn't say what Blitz is, it doesn't say what Reboot is. But when digivolving, if this Digimon has black Digivolution cards, Digivolve 1, and if this Digimon has a red Digivolution card, Blitz. Now, if you digivolve off of the Black War Greymon from the last booster pack, you automatically get both of those abilities. You have Security Attack +1, and you have Reboot. So this is a phenomenal card, and I'm happy to have it in the Greymon line. So that's going to be a terrifying card to have, and I'm glad I've got my hands on it. Now I just need, 3 more. Maybe I'll find one in this pack with Starmon, Kongu, Elecmon, X Digivolution, Garurumon X, Zamilmon, Startling Thunder, Raijinmon, Panyamon X, Gabumon X, and for our rares, another Jellymon and Sunrise Buster. Our next pack contains Growlmon X, Little Pillowmon, Monochromon, Ninjamon, Maycrackmon Vicious Mode, Zamilmon, Kausgamamon, Puyoyomon, Atomic Megalobuster, Blaster, X Antibody, the crux of this booster pack. I know I wasn't going to talk about the cards, but this is one worth talking about. Its security effect lets you gain a memory and add this to your hand. Its main effect, you can place this card under a Digimon without X Antibody in its Digivolution cards as a bottom Digivolution. While I have a Digimon in play, I may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Effects cannot trash X Antibody from this Digimon's Digivolution cards. And when attacking, you can Digivolve this Digimon into a Digimon with X Antibody in its traits. So it allows you to attack and then pull a fast one on your opponent by Digivolving right then and there. This is a good card, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the different kinds of X Antibody decks that are going to come out from it. And for our rares, we get Matt and Sora, and War Greymon X. Okay, I was looking forward to getting you. I'm very happy. Alright, so he Digivolves one off of a regular War Greymon, not a Black War Greymon. But during all turns, when a card is removed from our opponent's security, we gain a memory. And that is for each security card. So if you put a bunch of security attack plus on this boy, and he shreds through 5 security, you are gaining back 5 memory. Furthermore, at the end of his attack, if War Greymon or X Antibody is in his Digivolution cards, we delete an opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. Now I know he's only at 12,000, but all you need is like the BT5 Greymon or Metal Greymon Alterous mode, and suddenly he's at 14, maybe even 16, allowing him to delete pretty much everything in the game unless something has a opponent's turn effect to gain its DP. Well, it's going to be hard to top that, but we'll certainly try with Eye of the Gorgon, Monochromon, Dark Superstarmon, Ebidramon, Loader Leomon, Salamon, Metal Piranhamon, Tumblemon, Omni Shoutmon X, Dracmon, and for our rares we get Regalmon and Tainkari. Regulamon? Regule? Is it Regule or Regal? Let me know in the comments. I still have a hard time pronouncing that one. I want to say it's Regule. Like Regulamon? Oh well, I know how to pronounce Kongu, so we got that going for us. Flare Rock Soul, Death X Digivolution, Startling Thunder, Pomumon, Starmon, Metal Piranhamon, Angelomon X, Kokuamon X, Puyoyomon, and for our rares we get Kiyoshiro and Gaia Force Zero. Gaia Force Zero is a great card. It's got the same security effect as regular Gaia Force. However, if you have it in hand, yeah, you won't be able to delete something bigger than 13,000, but having the ability for your Greymon to attack even after deleting an opponent's Digimon is not something to just blow wind at. Next we got Leomon X, Greymon X, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Tapermon, Flare Rock Soul, Pomumon, Pillowmon, Megadramon, Atomic Megalo Blaster, another X Antibody, and for our rares, another Kiyoshiro, and Mimi and Joe. Another green-blue tamer to go with the blue-green tamer of Davis and Ken. So if you're looking for alternatives in your Imperial Dramon deck, I would actually recommend it because it's pretty good for the extra card draw. If you're feeling like you're not drawing fast enough in your current Imperial Dramon deck. Our next pack's got Gatomon X, Raptor Dramon, Leomon X, Divermon, Greymon X, Sanglupmon, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Dextor Greymon, Guilmon X, Motimon, and for our rares we get Sunrise Buster and Metal Greymon X. Oh, it's funny, I've got more of the rare Metal Greymon than I have of the uncommon Agumon X. Let's Let's hope we can turn that around. I'd like at least 4 Agumons. I did not manage to get one in the pre-release. So, we'll hope he's underneath this Matadormon. Maybe he's under Ninjamon. Or Growlmon X. Divermon. Sangloopmon. Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. Tesla Jellymon. I will say this card saved my butt during the pre-release as well. Just being able to attack multiple times in a format where your opponent doesn't have a lot of high DP Digimon or terrifying option cards, this is actually a great effect. Not really sure how it'll do in actual competitive play though. We also got Pagumon, Suijinmon, oh, Koromon. And for our rares, we get Magnadramon X and Dino Rexmon. We are down to the last 5 packs. Oh, come on, Agumons. I don't know where you guys are. For now, we got Loader Leomon, though. That's something. We got Eye of the Gorgon, Elecmon, Dark Superstarmon, X Digivolution, Ebidramon, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Tokomon X, Fuijinmon, Suijinmon, and for our rares we get Raidenmon and another Magnadramon X. Well, good. I totally forgot about Raidenmon. I don't have one of him either, so this was good. He is one that is, it's an interesting combo with those, the 3 that go underneath him, Fuijin, Suijin, and Raijin. It's interesting. I'm hoping to see someone build a deck around them, just to see what happens. Got Quagamon X, Tesla Jellymon, Salamon X, Tapermon, Atama Dakachimon, Toy Agumon, Mini Dakachimon, Mako. Oh, good. We got another Agumon X, Dexdorugamon, and for our rares, we get Metal Impulse and Dino Rexmon. Alright, we are down to the last 3 booster packs. It's gonna be pretty hard to beat what was actually at the bottom, but let's see what the bronze medal of this box has in store for us. With Gatomon X, who I've noticed has started off most of these booster packs. Gazimon X, Toy Agumon, Ground Fang, Crabmon, Bearmon, Mini Dakachimon, Raijinmon, Fuijinmon, Mako, and for our rares we get our first Mekumon, and the super rare Gallantmon X Antibody. Well, that's a good 3rd place booster pack right here. Digivolves for 1 off Gallantmon himself. And when Digivolving, we delete an opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If no Digimon are deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. So, depending on how you want to strategize around this, you could attack with your Gallantmon, then Digivolve. If your opponent doesn't have any Digimon, he can then attack again. During our turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, if this Digimon has Gallantmon or X Antibody in its Digivolution cards, we can trash the top card of our opponent's security stack. So, you can, basically what it boils down to upon Digivolving is he's either able to attack again, or he deletes something, doesn't unsuspend, but he does get to destroy an opponent's security card. So, something to keep in mind, you know, Red usually tries to burst through everything in one go, but sometimes you have to switch it up and take a more control approach. Alright, our penultimate silver medal booster pack has Ebidramon, Loader Leomon, Eye of the Gorgon, Pomumon, Tesla Jellymon, Maycrackmon Vicious Mode, Elecmon, Maki, Agumon X, X Program, and for our rares, Weregarurumon X and Grademon. And now, our final booster pack for this box. Ooh, it opens so smoothly too, so ceremonious. We are starting off with Crabmon, followed by Gazimon X, Bearmon, Ground Fang, Starmon, Grizzlymon, Pillowmon, Dorumon, Pegasmon, Okuamon, and for our final rares, Metal Impulse. And what a good way to end! We got Wargreymon, and now we got Metal Garurumon X. Digivolves for 1 off Metal Garurumon. When digivolving, he unsuspends and gains Blocker, which is pretty awesome, until the end of our opponent's turn. During our turn, however, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, if Metal Garurumon or X Antibody is in its Digivolution cards, we return all of our opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the owner's hands. That's an intense ability, and I gotta give credit where it's due. It's definitely better than Greymon's. So, yeah, Gabumon got the better stick. However, I'm going to stick to my guns. Agumon all the way. Gonna build my Wargreymon X Antibody deck, and we'll see how that goes. But as always, let me know in the comments if I pulled one of your favorite Digimon, or if there was a Digimon I missed and you were kind of hoping was in these packs. Personally, I was kind of hoping I would get Merciful Mode, the Omnimon card, but does not seem to be in the cards, pun intended. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.